Hey, hi everyone, this is Ben. Welcome to episode 6 of Let's Talk Paintball with Ben. And of course, today we have a special guest here. He's none other than Kiko. Many people know him as Kiko, but not many people know his real name. Right? So today we're going to find out from this guy what exactly is his real name. How does people actually call him? But more importantly, the topic that we're going to focus on today is about tournament paintball. And this person here is the best person to talk about tournament paintball, simply because if you are in Singapore and you have been playing paintball for many years, you will know that this guy is almost like a fossil of paintball in Singapore.
Fossil.
Yeah, like a dinosaur. Okay.
Okay.
Because he is also one of the founding fathers for speedball in Singapore. Because without Kiko, I would think that no one actually know about speedball in Singapore, and that's my honest truth. Okay, so let's go with you introducing yourself and let the audience know who you are.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Kiko, and my real name is Francis. Okay. So that answers your question.
Yeah, Francis,
Okay.
of course.
All right. Yeah, I've been playing paintball for about God knows how long. Like around 15 years.
Almost 15 years. Maybe
Almost
16
years. 15 years.
15. Okay,
Okay.
still young. Alright.
All right.
Yeah, go speak a bit louder.
Okay. So yeah, been playing paintball for about 15 years. I played with different teams. I played with Global Gods. I played with Gotcha back home in the Philippines. Of course, I played with my old team, Team Real Pinoy.
Yeah.
And of course, now I play for XPP Legacy. And of course, I play for Red Sevens.
Yeah, of course. And one of the reasons why I said Kiko is one of the founding fathers, simply because almost 13 years ago, when we first started playing paintball, we were finding our ways to grow the sport, but we were doing it in our own method of playing. But of course, at the time, Kiko came to Singapore and decided to settle down in Singapore for a couple of years. And during those days, many of the old timers, the old ballers, I can say, learn their skills from this guy. Okay, and he does come with some credential, and I'll leave the credential, boasting to you. Yeah. I said I was gonna talk about it, right? Yeah, but now I'm gonna leave it to you to like surprise. Okay, so go.
Oh my goodness. Well, when I was playing with Global Guts and of course Real Pinoy, well, we were the two-time. I was part of the teams that had like two-time World Cup Asian champions.
That's right.
Yeah.
So those days you two-time consecutive, right?
Yeah, correct.
Division 2, I remember.
Division 2.
Division 2 consecutive double champion for 20 what?
11?
2011, 2012?
Yeah, correct.
Maybe those times.
10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Yes.
Okay. And of course then with Kiko, he came to Singapore and then he imparted paintball skills to us as well. So that was simply amazing, right?
Back in the days, if you could remember, it's like 15 balls per second.
15 balls. Yeah.
15 balls per second, right?
I don't remember myself playing 15 balls. I think when I first started, it was already 12 balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there were other tournaments where we can play semi. So basically, the gun is uncapped, and you can, if your fingers are fast, you can shoot 20 balls per second, and nobody cares.
And that is what Ferdy Piano, like my new teammate now,
Right.
is asking for.
Oh, okay.
Like for this-
like a semi, like an
Yeah.
old school kind of game where people shoot freely.
I got you, Ferdy.
Yeah, we play uncapped, and I think if I can remember those days, there were even phone app that we can use to like try and practice how fast we can trigger, right, using both fingers. So those were the amazing days. But the topic that we want to speak and talk about today is mainly based on team. So let's talk about the teams that you have played with already. But when did you first started playing your very first tournament? If you can still remember, share with us.
First tournament. Okay. Well, it's just like the tournament that we'll be having on the on the 7th. Like a 3-on-3 tournament.
Okay.
That was in Bulacan.
3-on-3.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
in the Philippines. And Yeah, it was 3-on-3, and I could remember the flag was in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
So you capture a middle flag.
Capture the middle.
How do you
flag.
guys do in that event?
We were second.
Okay.
It was.
So you're a born champion, that's what you're trying to tell me, right? Because my first tournament, I think we lost all the games.
It was with a team, Mr. Suave, with Captain Noel.
Okay.
Yeah, I can still remember it.
Alright. And what made you want to play in that tournament? Like, how did you get started in playing competition paintball?
Okay. Because I was a martial artist.
Martial artist?
Yeah,
I didn't know you know martial arts.
Really now?
Yeah. Oh, after
I was in martial
So you
arts.
learned kung fu and all that?
Yeah, I started martial arts when I was in grade school.
Wait, what kind of martial art you doing? Wrestling.
No.
Okay.
First it was kung fu. I'm not kidding.
Kung fu?
Kung fu.
Yeah, but kung fu there are many versions, right? Like Wing Chun and...
I was a little kid, but...
What kind of kung fu? Like jiu-jitsu, ninjutsu?
No, it was...
And then what?
It was-
Kundo?
It
What
was
kind?
kung fu. That's what...
Shaolin Kung Fu?
Yeah. So I was a kid back then. So then I went to...
So general.
It's general, yeah.
No, yeah.
Then I went to Taekwondo.
Okay.
Then lastly it was full contact karate.
Full contact karate.
Full contact karate with
Okay.
elbows and knees back in the days.
Okay.
Okay, so then I stopped.
Okay.
And I was looking for more.
Okay.
I want a game that's adrenaline. You know, there's like, you know, you can feel your adrenaline pumping.
Okay.
So I found paintball.
Okay. Like how? Who brought you to play your very first paintball game?
Okay, actually it was in Cebu.
Okay.
And my cousin said that, hey, Kiko, we were playing paintball. You can watch.
Okay. Just
Watch.
watch. You cannot even play. You watch.
So I was watching them.
Okay.
I wanted to play.
And how old were you back then?
11 years old.
11 years old. Okay.
Yeah. So my cousin said, Kiko, just watch, and we will be playing. So I said to myself, one day I will play.
Okay.
And there we go.
All right. So back to the kung fu one, because I think the kung fu one
Oh my
a bit-
God.
a bit exciting more than the paintball, right? You all agree? So the kung fu one, was it like because you didn't really define the kung fu. You said full contact karate and all that. And hey, for all you might know, this guy used to be a boxer, right? I was told like you were like
No, I
you won
wasn't.
Pacquiao or something, right?
No, I was.
You told me you won Pacquiao.
No, I was just kidding.
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay. You sure this is going live?
Hey
or not?
Manny. No, I didn't. I
Okay,
didn't,
the whole world is
I
gonna
didn't say
watch
that
this,
to-
you know?
I didn't say that to Ben. Okay.
Okay. I remember at one point he said I was a sparring partner for Pacquiao or something like
No.
that. Something along those lines. Now we're going live, you say no, he died. This guy is denying everything. Okay, but okay, so back to paintball.
Okay.
What made you decided that you want to try out competition? Since your cousin was like giving you some tips, but why do you want to play competition paintball?
Winning a game is very addictive.
Okay.
Okay. So we were winning.
Okay.
All right. Like my old team, my first team was Team Mr. Suave,
Okay, Mr.
Okay.
Suave.
and of course I was playing for another team. Called it Alabang Boys.
Alaban.
Alabang.
Okay, well, what does it mean?
It's just yeah. It's just the name of the team.
Okay.
Okay.
No special.
Alabang is a place.
Oh, okay.
So that's where
Alabang
we all
Boys.
started. Okay. Yeah, we were playing under Gotcha banner.
Okay.
So yeah, once you win a game,
Okay.
it's pretty addictive.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
addicting. So yeah, that's
That was
where
how
it
it started. Okay.
That's where it
My first tournament was 1 hour 3-on-3. I've mentioned this in the previous episode. We didn't win a single game. We lost everything, and that got us really hungry because we wanted to improve. We want to do better, and therefore we went on to participate in more and more tournaments. But I think our journey from playing amateur game, you know, shooting each other 3-on-3. But there was one similarity. We played the 3-on-3. I played the 3-on-3. You played the 3-on-3. So if for anyone who's really wanting to start paintball, maybe 3-on-3 is one tournament that you can try to start first. You know, understand the rules. Try to make it easy first, and then from there you definitely learn a little bit more.
Oh, 3-on-3 Leisure Paintball Sunday will be on the 7th.
Yeah. So we got actually we can cut that. This part out.
Don't need to
Yeah, we don't have to
anything.
promote anything. We're not promoting
Okay.
anything. Yeah. So Anyway, you can put it live. This guy, it's not impromptu. We're not promoting anything. We're just talking about paintball.
Okay.
So other than that, what did you? Okay, let's talk about team sponsorship. With all the teams that you have played with, did it come to you at any one point of time that your team was sponsored, and how and what was the sponsored items?
Yeah. Of course, Die. We were partly sponsored by Die, and
Okay.
of course,
and which team was that?
of course, Red
Oh,
Seven.
with Red Seven. Okay.
Yeah, Red Sevens. Sponsored by the field owner,
Okay.
Mr. Sonny Torres.
Okay, that's very important.
Mm.
Right, that's important.
And we were back then, Team Rio Pinoy.
All right.
We were sponsored by San Miguel.
Okay. San Miguel, like the beer.
Yes.
Okay.
We were sponsored.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's good. So you what? So they give you bottles of beer to drink before and after the event,
Actually,
or
yes.
seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
But you
do
guys
give us,
sold
like,
it or
fun.
what? You use it as an energy
No,
drink.
we just drink it.
Oh, okay. San Miguel. Okay. What else? Any cash sponsor? Anyone came in and give
San
you
Miguel.
cash? San Miguel give you
Yes,
cash?
San Miguel gave
Do you
us.
remember how much was it?
No, it was it was Richie was liaising with the
Oh,
San
okay.
Miguel
Maybe
because-
Richie pocketed some money.
No lah, just Richie.
No. I don't know, right? Because nobody knows, right?
Because his mother, Tita Nancy, works for San Miguel.
I see. So it's like mother takes money from the company, gives to son. Son takes the money and put it in his pocket.
No, to
No,
the friends.
off the record, right?
No, to the friends.
Okay.
Buying paints.
Okay,
There
okay.
you go.
Okay, no offense, Richie, if you're watching this, I'm just like, trying to analyze and of course give the audience a little bit about insights on what they can get. Now, I think I can talk a little bit about sponsorship because for ever since when I first started playing paintball, to be honest, we already got our very first sponsor. In my first tournament, I have a sponsor who came to me and gave me cash. Alright, I spoke about this in my previous episode. So ever since then on, we have been working very closely with the vendors. But there are some pitfalls to sponsorship. I'm quite confident to say that in the past when I first started, there wasn't such a thing called like a full sponsorship. Anyone who calls sponsorship are usually partial sponsorship. It could be field sponsorship, which is very important because if you are playing regularly, you need to be practicing, and teams need to work very closely with the team owners, the field owners, to work out a deal or special package to allow them to train in a more affordable manner. So anyone who's a new team, if you are thinking about practicing regularly, go and speak to any of the operators out there who can assist your team. And of course, a lot of times, I think it's not just about taking sponsorship, but how much more can you give back to your sponsors. I think that to me is the most important one. A lot of people, a lot of teams that I've known can come up with very nice, fanciful promises, but most of the time they don't stick on to the agreement. Yeah, and this is very damaging because you can of course take the sponsorship for the very first time, but subsequently you might not get the trust again and therefore lose some of these valuable sponsors. Yeah. So I think that part is very important.
Looking for sponsors is it's very crucial.
Very crucial.
To playing.
It's very crucial because, to be honest, sponsors can actually assist the teams in many ways.
Absolutely.
It could be just through publicity, right? Giving a team more profile, especially in the day now where everything is all on the internet. Talking about social media content. So sponsors want to look at the teams bringing the best out of their brand in their own perspective, right? So how can the team influence another team to take on the same sponsorship as them and help the sponsors to sell? I think I can say for myself, the team that I'm playing for, Red Sevens, for the last few years that we've been playing, we are very blessed to have a couple of sponsors coming in to give us very good deals and sponsors. And the last few years, to be honest, you're talking about other than just buying paints, most of the gears are pretty much sponsored to a certain extent. Right? I wouldn't say it's entirely free because there are things like taxes that you have to pay. The equipment that are being shipped to you have to pay for the equipment. But the sponsors have been really kind to us. Right? I wouldn't want to say what sponsor because this show is not about promoting any brand or anything else, but to find out for yourself. you're interested, can come and check with me.
It really helps.
Yeah.
If you're going for a tournament,
Yeah.
especially international tournament,
Right.
it really helps. Like, of course, first of all, your appearance.
Yeah, for appearance, like for the show, right?
Yeah, for the show.
Yeah.
Everyone will be wearing all red.
Yeah.
You know, same
Standardized.
Yeah,
Yeah, standardized.
Right.
And I think that's a team identification that we're looking about.
Mm-hmm.
And team identification allows the general public to say, hey, what is this guy doing and what are they wearing? You know, it creates awareness for the sport.
Yes.
And I think it's very important. Just as any sports, you know, you need to be in the right attire, the right color, and it's an identity that you want to carry yourself in the tournament. Let's talk about the tournaments that you've played over the many years, right?
Okay.
What I'm sure at some point you decide to participate in a tournament,
Yeah.
or decided not to participate in a tournament, right? Yourself, you've played in Thailand, Philippines, Taiwan,
Malaysia.
where Singapore,
Yes.
many other countries, right? So what is that decision for you to want to venture and bring the whole entire team out to play in an overseas tournament?
Okay. First of all, who's handling the tournament?
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah, who's handling the tournament?
Who's the organizer?
Who's good? Or the
Yeah, who are the organizers? Yeah.
And how far it is?
The distance, like
The distance.
is it expensive for your
Correct. The plane tickets.
plane tickets? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the critical one.
Not only
Right.
that, hotel.
Okay, hotel I think is pretty standard, because if I'm paying like $100 per night in Singapore, I probably will pay like
Same.
a relevance like $100 in Manila or $100 in Thailand. Right. So I think hotel is pretty standard, right? You can choose to live in luxury, or you can choose to go in stay in a hostel.
Okay.
But there's a big variation. But plane ticket is the one that is pretty standard.
Yes.
So what else?
Of course, registration.
Registration. Yeah.
It's all about the cost
Yeah.
of the tournament.
And the paint that you have to factor in.
Correct. The paints, registration,
The food. Do you think the food?
food.
Okay.
Yes. Because some of the players like that I play with, like the team that I play with, sometimes they've got tummy aches. Because
Like what? They eat a lot.
Yeah. No. They're not used to eating that food.
Okay. So local food.
Local food.
Yeah. So it's like street food, right? So if like for me, I have a very sensitive stomach.
Correct. Yes.
And if I go to Thailand, I don't generally eat street food. I go to a proper establishment like a restaurant or fast food restaurant, and then a burger joint, and that's where I buy proper food.
Correct.
But I think street food is the one that keeps the cost low. Do you think so?
That is correct. Yeah.
Correct.
That's what I do.
But the stomach just simply can't take it,
Yes.
because we're not used to the culture, and then the way the
Like the
food is being
spice,
prepared,
yeah.
right? The spice, even the taste.
Correct. Yes.
Right. For me, I think. And what about paints? Let us finish with this, and then I'll share with everyone else about my story.
Okay. Like
What about paints? How many boxes do you factor?
No, first, of course, you have to take a look on how many opponents would you play with.
Okay, so is that a factor
Is
for
that-
you?
Yes,
Like
correct.
if you join a tournament, but the tournament has like 5 teams,
Yes.
will you still join?
Versus a tournament that has like 20, 30 teams.
Which one would you prefer? More teams or more exposure or lesser teams? Middle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the budget.
Okay. So higher chances of winning, at the same time doesn't break the back, like
Correct.
doesn't break your pocket.
Yes.
Alright. For me, I think most part of the traveling, I'm not so much concerned about the food actually, because half the time when we are playing, we are always in the field. And in the field, to be honest, at 12 p.m, right, we don't generally eat, right? So if it's a 2-day event, usually I'll skip lunch, maybe take something light just to tie it over. But the dinner is always fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I thought the dinner is always like, oh, let's go and like binge eating. Let's throw whatever we can into the stomach.
I was in Taiwan with Global Guts, right?
Okay.
One morning, buffet, they serve like unlimited bacon.
Okay. And then you guys just
Oh,
you just drink bacon. You didn't
Yeah,
even
basically
eat, you just
drinking
drink,
bacon.
Wow.
That's why I love Taiwan. That tournament.
Like in Thailand, we spend the most money in buying beer. Right. Likewise in Taiwan as well, we drink a lot of beer in some of this trip. The host will buy us beer, we'll buy some beer, and then most of the time you'll be spending a lot of money buying drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's not the unhealthy part about the sport, but it's just the fun about like coming together and play.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you always talk online. Then on that day, on the tournament day, you meet him. You meet this guy for the very first time.
Right.
It'd be like your old friend. You know. Yeah.
The organizers part, which we spoke about, I think maybe I can emphasize a little bit more. Of course, I've played in many tournaments around. I wouldn't say around Asia. I would say around the world. But when it comes to playing a tournament, I personally prefer playing in tournament that has a vision in mind. For example, it's not just going for a tournament and playing the tournament. Regardless of how big the prize money is. Of course, prize money is one big factor. Of course, you win and then you get big prize money. But more importantly, I'm looking at whether or not the organizer helps to develop the sport and not just run a one-off event. I know there are many one-off events. Organizers that has got maybe some funding from the government, decided to throw a tournament, you know. They can make or they can break. If they break, you never see them again. If they make, maybe they come back in the next event. But it's never sustainable, right? Because today you are taking money from someone else who's pumping money into supporting your event. Tomorrow you might not get the money, and then you know you might not have a tournament this year. So for me, I'm always looking at consistency. I'm looking at organizers that can really put the game together, and then not only allow me to play once, but continually. I don't even know whether there's a word continually, but continue to allow us to continue playing for as long as we want, and for as long as they are able to recruit teams. That is my main criteria for my teams playing.
Yeah. Well, for me, right, they are angels of the sport.
Yeah.
Because without them, there will be no tournaments.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah, because there can be big tournaments, there can be small tournaments. I think some teams prefer small tournament, not because it's not so prestigious. It's just that if they are lesser team, then the chances of winning is higher.
Yeah.
You get better experience. Hospitality with lesser team are usually better than hospitality with like 100 over teams. You know, the host can't host 100 teams, but if you have like 10 teams, you know, probably you get special treatment. You get dinner. You get some beer thrown in, right? So it really varies. You know, there's never a one formula for everyone. Again, it's really down to personal preference as well. Let's talk about tournament schedule. Like in an event, have you gone to events where the tournament organizers basically squeeze you out from the pocket, like get you as many games until?
Oh, absolutely.
Or do you have organizers who go in there and just say, okay, let's go easy, and then you feel like, hey, you know, there's not many games. I feel shortchanged.
Well, it's always like, you know, play more games.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you prefer
In
playing more games? You prefer playing more
Just
games?
easy, okay games.
Okay.
I mean, like, not play one game, then after like few minutes you play another game, then after a few minutes you
so
play
like
another
a break
game.
in between.
Yes.
So you don't mind many games, but as long as you get decent break.
Correct. Yes.
Could it be because of the age?
No.
Okay.
I'm like flashbacking right now.
Okay. So
yeah.
like maybe 10, 20 years ago lah.
No, like
15 lah.
5 years.
Or 5 years ago. Okay. For me, I think a decent number of games to go to an event would be anything between 6 to 8 games as qualifiers maybe.
Okay.
And then subsequently to qualify either for quarter, semis or the knockouts, the first, second, and third and fourth. One thing I really hate is qualifying and then you go into the second round and you play another series of round robin to fight out.
Yes.
You know, like you play a qualifying round robin, then you qualify and then you play another round robin. Have you been in events like that?
Well, back in the days, yes.
It's just never ending, right? It's just never ending. Just keep.
Oh, so we're playing another game?
Yeah. I think it takes a toll on everyone. I think by the time everyone reaches maybe the 5th game, it's like, okay, when is this going to end?
Yeah.
Right? Because you're tired, you're lethargic.
Not only that, you think about the budget, because playing a game
kills your pocket.
Yeah, playing a game, you have to like have paintballs, right?
Yeah.
So you have to buy paintballs. You have to buy cases of paintballs.
With your team, how many boxes of paints?
Oh.
What is the highest number that you have ever shot with your team?
Let me see. 30.
30 boxes.
Mm.
Ooh.
That was like how many?
55.
Really now?
Serious. 55 boxes, and that was in
55
yeah,
boxes.
55 Gel Caps Phuket International. We shot 55 boxes. We got second. Okay, so we played the finals, or is it third? Second, I think we got second. But we played the finals and we shot a total of 55 boxes. We were playing in Division 2.
Goodness.
Yeah, and that was not the worst. I've heard of teams that shot 80 over boxes. 80.
Oh my god.
80 boxes of paint in one tournament.
Oh yeah?
Now, imagine this, okay? If you are playing in an event that you have to shoot that many paints, would you still go back?
I guess not.
For me, I would. Because if the experience is good, I would. If it's something that I find that there is a balance, I don't mind paying a little bit more, but there must be a balance. For example, a great hospitality. For example, like a good host. For example, like a proper tournament run event.
And if you've got
proper
sponsor
location
for paints.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sponsor for paints. A bit tough because we already shot 80. Like we already shot 55.
Okay.
What kind of sponsors are you looking at? I'm not sure. Even if you give me 5 boxes, it's like I shot 60, right? Doesn't make much of a difference, I feel. But if the rest of the other thing encompasses the expenses, I think for me, if I find the experience good, I will still go back. Like the trip, maybe it's in a good location.
Yes, correct.
Maybe you're playing by the beach.
Beside the beach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe every day you wake up, you're seeing seagulls flying. You're having a sea view every day.
Hello, Mr. Ben. Your game is up next.
Yeah. You don't feel hot,
Uh-huh.
Maybe you get a ice box. Maybe you get a
Where's
free
the best tournament that you ever been? Like
best
location and.
I will have to say, if you ask me, and I'm not even talking about Singapore because I'm from Singapore. I've never played a tournament in Singapore, like a real legit tournament, right? So I'm only talking about overseas tournament. I would think, in terms of location, like fun for a team, really fun. I think Thailand is really fun because it's a tourist spot. Everywhere you go, it's all about eat, having fun. You get food massage, you get Thai massage. You eat street food. You eat local food. And then you do a lot of shopping. Clothes are cheap, you can go to the Chatuchak. It's like endless shopping.
Okay.
Right. When you talk about hospitality, I think the Taiwanese give the best hospitality.
Yeah.
I feel that they are always like
Absolutely.
ensuring that everything is taken care of. They're always like, are you tired? Is it okay?
Remember when we were in Taiwan?
Yeah. We went Taiwan so many times.
Yeah. Well, I think that was my first
tournament
with you guys.
Yeah. That was the World Games.
World Games.
The World
yes.
Games.
They were serving one dish, then another set, 2 dishes, until 8 sets.
8 sets.
You remember that?
I
Imagine eating like 8 times.
I don't remember that, but I know the hospitality by the Taiwanese are always perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
I also like about the grandeur of the event, like how grand it is, and I would say that Langkawi is one of the grandest event I've ever been to. Like you have the Prime Minister of a country. It's like Duterte coming to see you play paintball, right?
I know.
Like or Lee Hsien Loong coming to like look at us play paintball, right? So in terms of grand, I think the Malaysians did the best job in terms of hosting an international 100 over teams playing in a expo, indoor aircon.
Makes you feel you're an athlete.
Yeah. It makes you feel appreciated.
Special.
Like whatever you're doing is worth it.
Yes.
Right. I think those experiences that I have, even in Philippines, like I remember in Philippines, the event that was organized by Marianne, we went there and every night was just casino and casino. Because it was in Clark, and Clark is an air base, and we were like gambling every night, like, oh, what should we do tonight? Okay, let's go casino. Right? And then I thought that was pretty cool.
It's fun.
I thought that was pretty cool. I think paintball encompasses a lot of traveling. For me,
and meeting new friends.
Yeah, it's so special that other than just making friends, I think the travel part is what I like the most. Right? If not for paintball, to be honest, I wouldn't be going around the world. I don't think I will ever be going around. But because of paintball, it started to open up my horizon to understand different culture, you know, to meet people from all over the place. What about you?
I remember my first time, right? My first tournament, it was in Malaysia.
Okay.
Okay, I was with Global Goods. First day. So I went in and I was amazed because there were, of course, Americans. There were like different countries.
Like an international event.
International event.
Yeah. You never get to play international teams. It's not every day that you get foreigners coming to your country to play paintball.
Yes.
Right? So when you go and you meet people from all over the places,
I was amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like I was thinking, this is paintball.
Yeah.
This is like everyone in the world, like different races, we are playing one game.
Yep.
We're playing one sport, and
Yep.
that's paintball.
Yep.
So that was pretty amazing for me.
And that was exactly how we started the Red Sevens, because I was in Langkawi. I was in Malaysia for one of the World Cup 2006 or 5, and then there were no Singapore flags.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically there were flags of many countries: Japan, Brunei, Thailand, Philippines, but there was no Singapore. And so I said, okay, maybe I should bring a Singapore team here next year, which is what we did. And that basically opened up the whole entire industry for us. And of course, until today, I'm still stuck. I'm still stuck in the paintball industry. Stuck. Okay, as Kevin will always say, get stuck.
And I'm back.
Oh yeah, and you're back. See, it keeps bringing people back into the game.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the only game that we love and we play.
Yeah. So I guess that's all that we have for today.
Okay.
All right, we're not going to go on and on. Thank you for coming on to the show. Anything else that you want to share with our audiences?
Paintballers, one love, one family.
One love.
And of course, what I always say 10 years ago, you better keep the fire burning.
Keep the fire burning.
I
It's
know.
like his motto, right?
Yeah.
I think the fire is a bit weak already now. We're gonna pour some kerosene into it.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. Alright, so that's the end of today. Thank you, Kiko, for coming in to share with us your insights and stories. Now, if you like what we are doing, please help us to share this program to as many people as possible. In particularly, the new players.
Absolutely.
Right? Because this, I would think that this information are more important for them to learn from us. Also to use this show as a reference to what you can do and what you should avoid. Okay, so we'll see you next time.
See you in the field.
Yeah, in episode 7. Keep the fire burning.